Ren, do you have any tips for making yourself happy? Yes. I think it's been, like it's been preached to death by like, people like self-help people and stuff online and doctors and stuff, but it's because it's kind of true, like doing, like movement, like getting out and like walking around, like exercising and stuff, is really good. Yeah, touch grass. I know you guys are expecting it, but it's true. Okay, because I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of people get kind of down in that rut and they're just like, man, why do I, and like they're really just kind of like, why am I like feeling so shitty? And there's, there can be like a whole bunch of reasons, but I feel like a lot of people that like even ask that question, maybe they're just not really like, they're not really like moving around enough. They're kind of like their body's just kind of like, like stationary, and they're not really, like using their energy. So I think that's a good start, is like going outside more and definitely disconnecting from the internet. I know that's kind of rich coming from a streamer that you're watching on the internet right now, but and maybe me suggesting this to you isn't a very good business practice for me, but I don't care. I don't fucking care, because I want you guys to be healthy and happy, because I've been in that place where I'm not before, and I know that I was on the internet way too much when I was feeling that way. And once I started kind of disconnecting a little bit more, and especially from like, I've said it before on stream, but I'll say it again now, especially from like news and like Twitter feeds that are full of like doom posting and stuff. Like, get that shit off of your feed. Don't look at that shit, dude. It is not useful. If something's gonna affect you, then you'll hear about it in person. You know what I mean? So just stay off of that shit. Just surround yourself in like media that makes you happy, and that has like positive messages, and yeah, it just kind of like breeds more positivity. And it's not like fake positivity and stuff. I'm just talking about like things that make you happy, genuinely, like like art, and like, I don't know, like creators that you really like, entertainment that you really like and stuff, because I feel like a lot of people's and it doesn't help with like the algorithm of different like platforms and stuff, where it kind of just puts shit that you don't want to see like on your feed. But I mean, that's where the kind of just being on social media a little bit less in general kind of comes into play. Like I think it's good for your mental health to kind of take conscious breaks, because social media, like, I love it. I know it's like such a big part of all of our lives and stuff, but like, there's no denying that it's extremely addicting, and there's a lot of downsides to that, like 24/7, like know your limit. I think that's one thing that, like, if you're trying to, if you feel like you want to be happier and stuff, you need to try to kind of do a little bit of self-reflecting and trying to find like your limits, when like being able to listen to when your body is like, okay, I'm a little overwhelmed, it's time to take a bit of a break. Yeah, it took me a while to kind of figure out what my limit was for that sort of stuff, but once you do, like, you really have to kind of make a conscious effort to, yeah, just be gentle on yourself, and just like let yourself have breaks and stuff. Yeah, that's my advice. It worked. It started working for me, so I don't know. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer. It's just like, when somebody asks me if, like a question about like well-being, and they're genuinely interested, and they might be in a place where they're struggling and stuff, like, I feel really passionate about giving them like an answer that has actually helped me, and might have even the slightest chance that it'll help them, because it's yeah, I don't want anybody to be in that place. if possible. So sometimes it's what to fill that space with when it's gone, but gotta try to fill it with something positive. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's such like social media and stuff is like such a big part of our lives. So it's kind of like when you're off of it, when you're trying to kind of like wean yourself off it a little bit, you're kind of like, so what do I do now? I'm bored. But there's nothing wrong with being a little bit bored every once in a while. You know, the more you do it, the less like bored, the less boring it is, you know. Yeah, find like other hobbies. That's a good advice.